Welcome to the Women in Aviation Conference in 2024. I'm here today in Orlando, Florida, and there's around 5,000 people coming here to learn more about aviation, get networking and more connections and stuff like that for their future. So let's go.
Full scholarship. Come on, Mark.
My name's Cassidy.
I'm Olivia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So how old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, what was the scholarship that you got?
I received a Pratt & Whitney engine training scholarship.
Well, so what do you think got you that scholarship? Like what stood out?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of different opportunities that you can go through to build your resume, basically.
Yeah.
And I was really lucky because I went through an A&P program in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Where your second year, you're doing an internship. So you go to class from 8 a.m. till noon, and then anytime after noon, you're in your internship.
That's really...
So I had a phenomenal opportunity, and I got to intern with Kroger Aviation, which is based in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And they have 3 Challenger 300s. So I got to get corporate jet experience before I even had my power plant.
So what are you planning to do, future-wise?
So I actually work with Westar Aviation right now in Chattanooga, working on business jets.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah.
I hope everything works out in the future for you.
Yeah.
And I'm applying for all these scholarships.
Yes,
so.
definitely. You definitely should. There's so many opportunities out
trying.
there. I've won a couple every year, and it has definitely gotten me to where I'm at. Without the scholarships, I wouldn't be here. Really.
That's really good. Good for you. Well, it was nice meeting you.
You as well.
Thank you. All right, guys. So there's a lot of different opportunities here, as you guys can tell. But right now, we're going to go talk to a Part 141 school. They're an accelerated flight training program here in Orlando, where I live, and there's all around the country too. And we're just going to go talk to them and get some more information.
So yeah, I'm with Academy of Aviation and also Sun State Aviation down in Kissimmee. We're a Part 141 flight school, and we're all up and down the East Coast. We have a lot of locations, and we're continuing to grow. And a lot of the reasons why we're growing as an institution is we've gone through some accreditation process to be able to offer Sallie Mae student loans to our students who want to get flight training. And as a result, it's kind of a more economical route than necessarily a 4-year degree program, while still giving people the opportunity to pay for it in an appropriate way, which makes a lot of sense for a lot of people.
So how quick is your training?
So that's really dependent on the student.
Yeah.
So we've had students as fast as 6-7 months go from zero time clear through their multi-engine instructor ratings. That's not normal. Let's be real, because weather usually catches up. Sometimes maintenance falls into those worlds too, kind of slow things down a little bit. On average, I'd say about a year is the normal length of a program to get your ratings. But of course, then you're short of the hour requirements to go to the airlines. So we like to hire all of our students to become instructors for us to teach the students who are coming in behind to get to the 1,500 hours. Now, our instructors take about a year to build their time. So usually we call it first flight to first officer, usually about a 2.5 year window to do that.
And do you guys accept people from any rating that they're at, or is it just private?
No, we're not one of those cookie cutter programs. We try to make it a little more individualized. We're a fun group of people. We just want to make it a great experience. So we work with people to kind of put together a package that makes sense for them. Okay. Sometimes it's a student who wants to be full-time and get it through. Sometimes they want to have full-time jobs or do other things and kind of do it part-time. We accomplish that as well. But there's 3 things we always encourage our students to have. Number 1, got to make sure your medical stuff is all squared away and you can get a medical. Number 2, and always get a first class medical if you think the potential to be there is in airline industry, just to make sure there isn't anything that's going to trip you up weird in the run. Number 2, you got to make sure you have the time necessary to do it. If you really can't commit to like 3 times a week to do it, there'll be a lot of flight schools out there saying, oh, sure, no problem. And we'll do it with you. It's just going to be usually a lot longer to get it done and end up being a lot more money. Because imagine this, if today I learned something and I come back 4 or 5 days later, you're going to spend the next part of that new lesson relearning what you learned before. That's more time and more money in the world of aviation. So we want to remind people, have that time commitment that you're looking for to accomplish what you're trying to do. And the third thing, money. No one usually does flight training for free. If you're lucky to apply for those scholarships like Women in Aviation and stuff offers, that's great. But you're going to have to make sure you have the financial means to kind of accomplish what you're going to do. Because it's great to have the passion, but if you don't have the money to back it up, you're going to kind of fall in that same category we're talking about, people who don't have the time available to do it. It's going to take you a lot longer and end up being a lot more money in the long run.
So are you guys just the Sally Mae?
Yeah, we are Sally Mae Approved Finance School. So majority of our students elect to use that route. We also work with Stratus, local banks, all the whole array of financial options. Because again, we found that financing is kind of the biggest Achilles heel in the whole process.
All right, and you guys said you were located where?
So our one local here is Kissimmee, Florida. We have here at ISM Airport. It's Sun State Aviation. We've acquired that in December, and it's become part of the AOA family. It's now powered by Academy of Aviation. Then we have our other Academy of Aviation locations in the Atlanta market, the Charlotte market, and a New York market. So we have 5 locations now nationwide.
And at least here in Kissimmee, what do you guys fly? Is it 152s?
We have 172s as our primary trainer. We are going to be bringing in some 152s in the market as well, just for those people that are extra cost sensitive. We want to be there. Now, not everybody can fly a 152. There are some weight restrictions for weight and balance we have to be real about. And then we do multi-training, and most of our campuses do it in a DA42 Twin Star with the NG, which is with the diesel engines. So it's kind of fun. You get a little, feel like you're burning jet fuel, feel like you're doing something kind of cool with that.
And are you guys going to be offering any way of like doing spin training or tail wheel as an additional?
Yeah, we actually have a decathlon here in Kissimmee, so we can do acrobatic training, we can do tail wheel endorsements. We also have a carbon cub, which is really fun, and we're putting floats on it. So we're planning on doing a little float plane training and a lot of fun stuff too.
Yeah. And then when people are done with their training, what are their next steps normally? After like getting all their hours and they're ready to CFI, all that stuff.
So a lot of times I'm encouraging people, you have to think at the long-term goal. Where do you want to retire from? Is it an airline? Is it FedEx? Whatever your dream may be, kind of start from there, and then you work your steps backwards and come up with a plan of how to get there. And guess what? If you ask 50 different people what the plan would be, you're going to get 50 different answers because it's aviation. Everybody has an idea where to get there, but you just kind of have to come up with a plan and plan ahead. So a lot of people want to go to the main lines like Delta, American, United. Those are great, but you're not going to jump from that after an instructor right to the airlines. You're going to have to go, what steps are going to take you to get there? And there's a lot of different ways to get there. Just make the plan, and the most important thing is follow through and actually accomplish it.
Do you guys have like mentorship kind of that you guys can like connect with other people to help further their job?
Yeah, the best thing about mentorships and programs is we don't really have to create them internally. We rely on organizations such as Women in Aviation, Latin Pilots Association, National Gay Pilots Association. We are actively involved in all of those organizations so that we can encourage our students to piggyback on the immense knowledge base that those organizations have in the mentorship area to bring students to the forefront in the industry.
It was a pleasure talking with you.
Oh, it's so nice as always. And just remember, Women in Aviation's a great organization. If you're not a part of it, join. Look at organizations out there. Apply for scholarships. Free money's the best money. And that's all I have to say. Free money's best money.
Best money.
Always.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, so we're here with Spirit right now. I'm with Jaden. My name's Cassidy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm just going to be asking, like, if somewhere to get all their hours and everything, like, what do they do to try and get to Spirit, or like, what are the benefits?
Yeah, so I actually took the route where I went to a 4-year collegiate program, did all my flight training there, was an instructor, And then I did a program at Spirit Airlines where I taught for 2 years, and then I came to the line as a first officer.
Was that like kind of like a cadet thing?
Yeah, it was our FOI program.
Okay.
Before that, we required a lot more time. The minimums were about 4,000 hours to come to Spirit. So I was a little bit lower time, was able to instruct and get my type rating in the Airbus because we fly only the A320 series. And then I taught the systems for about 2 years and brand new hired pilots here, and then came to the line with a little bit lower time, ATP minimums. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Where are you guys based on?
We are actually based out of Florida, so Miramar, Florida is where our headquarters is, and they're going to be moving it to Dania. So it's in South Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still Florida.
Okay.
Which is cool. A lot of our pilots do live in Florida because we have a Fort Lauderdale, Miami base and an Orlando base. So I'm Orlando. But we do have other options like Las Vegas. We have Detroit, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Atlantic City, Atlanta. So there's other options all over. Yeah.
And you said you went the 141 route with the college?
Yeah, I
How did you
did.
like that? Because there's a lot of different opinions on that.
It is a lot more structured, so I felt like it was nice to follow the lessons. But I do know that there are a million ways to build your time, and 141 is not the only option, but it is a good option, I think.
If you were to do it all over again, would you go back doing flight training and school at the same time, or would you
Yes.
rather do accelerated?
No, I like to do it at the same time. A lot of my classes overlapped with the flight training itself, so it was nice to kind of do it all at once. Get it done, and then instruct, help other students that were going through the same thing.
Are you planning to stay here your whole career? Or are you gonna?
Yeah, I love Spirit Airlines. My schedule is very flexible. We have very good quality of life rules in our contracts. And so I think that's why a lot of our pilots stay here, love Spirit. We love the people we work with. We fly only the Airbus, so we can fly any trip, any base.
You like switch schedules and stuff?
Yeah,
like
you
that?
can.
Yeah.
Schedules are way flexible.
And what are your guys' retirement like? Like the benefits for that?
So obviously you get lifetime benefits on Spirit Airlines, and then as you are here in your career, you get your 401k, they have a direct contribution, all of that. So it's pretty typical in the industry.
All right, so thank you, Jaden, for the information.
Yeah,
It was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you for visiting. Hope to see you soon.
All right, so I'm here with UPS. I'm with Deborah and Renee. My name's Cassidy.
Nice to meet you, Cassidy.
So I just wanted to know what made you guys choose cargo? How'd you get into it? Stuff like that.
I've been at UPS for 26 years, and I started by being a flight instructor. I flight instructed for 4 years, and then I worked for the regional commuter, Continental Express. I did that for another 4 years. I was an instructor pilot there, and then I came over to UPS, and I've loved it ever since. I started on the DC-8 as a flight engineer, then the Airbus A300 as a first officer, and now I'm currently on the 757, 767 captain out of Miami.
Where did you do your training? Did you do Part 61 or 141?
Yes, I did my training Part 61 up at a small flight school in Connecticut, and then I flight instructed there also.
Okay, and what about you?
My path was similar, but what made me come to UPS was really, I've been here since 2020, and just about COVID. That was when the peak of COVID started happening. We were flying around a bunch of empty airplanes, and I was looking for the next job and had my sights on a passenger carrier, and they stopped hiring. And when COVID happened, everything shut down, and FedEx and UPS were hiring. So I too was flying 121 and flew 135, corporate world, and flight instructor.
How did you, when did you get your training done? Like 141?
Here at UPS, or no?
Just in general.
Primary training?
Yes.
I was pretty young. When or where? Where?
Like how?
Oh,
160 or 61, 141?
I did 61. Yeah, I did a whole, I paid for it myself and went through it and worked odd jobs, just got myself through it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good, because there's a lot of people on here. It's the same. I'm trying to figure out if I should go the accelerated route and do that and then just skip college right now, or if I should, because I got accepted to Embry-Riddle and Florida Tech, and I could go that route and do my training at the same time, but it costs a lot more. So it's either, or I get my degree later and have something to follow back onto if I lose my medical. So I'm just trying to figure out the different routes and stuff. Like how would you guys recommend this to anybody? Like,
Well, there's a lot of options today, like you said, and congratulations on your acceptance.
Thank you.
And nowadays, there's a lot of online options also for schools, so that can be another route. If you do an accelerated, I know a lot of airlines have dropped degree requirements, but it could always come back. So, that's something to think about. So maybe having that degree in your back pocket may not be a bad option. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an aviation degree. You can take a different path if you'd like. But there are many options. Those schools are both great schools, and going through it, I think it's a personal choice depending if you really want to experience the school experience, living on campus. I think the training for both ways is great. You're going to come out of it with great experience, and you'll still be a good candidate at airlines either way that you do it. I think it's going to matter on your fit, your personality, and, obviously financial choices too.
So speaking of, what are the benefits of flying with UPS?
My favorite is no passengers. Hands down. I love that.
It's just you and one other person? Or?
Generally, we could have jump seaters in the back, but I get to do what I love without having to manage all the things that happen behind the flight deck. That's my favorite part.
That seems like smooth sailing from there, smooth flying.
We do just close the door and go, but we also have flexible schedules. Typically, we fly a lot less flight hours than passenger carriers because our aircraft don't need to be utilized with a full day. So, for example, out of Miami, I may fly 2 hours down to Costa Rica and not fly again 2 hours back. That's it for 2 days. We still get paid like an airline, like a passenger airline, a guarantee, but a lot of times it may not be based on flight hours. It's on our time away from base. So you may not be flying 5 or 6 legs a day like some passenger carriers. So that's another nice benefit. We typically work 10 to 12 days a month average, unless you want to pick up overtime. We have flexible schedules depending on what fleet you're on. And at UPS, all the aircraft pay the same. So you could be a brand new pilot on a 747, or you can just stay on a 757. So you don't have to change bases if you want to get more, additional pay like a lot of passenger carriers. We also have a lot of stability, as Renee said, during COVID, during some rough times, cargo stays pretty stable, so we have that. People are always shipping things,
Oh, yeah.
Temu, Shein, it just doesn't change. It keeps changing for the better, I think.
And overall, UPS is a great company. They care about their employees. We have great benefits, great flexibility with our schedules, and our compensation is very good.
What planes do you guys have in your fleet? Or what do you guys fly?
We fly the same plane, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 7576 for both of us and the whole fleet. We have the 747, the Airbus, the MD-11, and of course 7576.
Okay. And then what does retirement look like for you guys?
I mean, she's closest.
Well, our retirement, of course, the mandatory age is 65, like all Part 121. UPS is one of the very few carriers that offers a pension plan, so that's a great benefit. And we also have a 401k plan. So our retirement and benefits are quite generous. We have a great health care package. So that is definitely a bonus for flying for UPS.
I don't have any other questions, but it sounds like you guys, hopefully I'll get somewhere like you guys are.
Oh, you will. You will.
It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Yes, nice meeting you. Good luck. We hope to see you back.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, so we're here over with American Airlines. Right now they have been interviewing people for the past 2 days for conditional job offers. So the people still have to meet the requirements, but they have the seat at American Airlines for when they do meet those requirements, and they're handing it out right now. So we're gonna go look at that.
I want to give some conditional job offers. So in just a moment, you get to meet each and every one of the ones that we're able to stay through today. But all in all, and behind the scenes, we hired 19 additional pilots to the American Airlines. We have 13 that are able to be a part of this ceremony, and all of 16 of the 19 are our women and members of Women in Aviation. So let's invite those pilots, those brand new American Airlines pilots around the corner, and we're going to give you your letters. I can tell you one thing that's allowed us to continue to do this time and time again, it continues to surprise, but we still have the same standard we had before COVID, the same standard we had a year ago, 2 years ago, of the quality of pilots we hire. And these ladies up here are the best of the best out there. They have some tremendous qualifications, and then they came and presented those to us and really rose to the occasion to show us out of 5,500 pilots, they're the ones that have what it takes today, and we couldn't be happier to welcome you to the family.
All right, so we've reached the end of our journey this weekend. I hope you guys have learned a lot watching this video. I've definitely learned a lot, and it's changed my whole perspective on what I want to do in the future. There's definitely a lot to think about, but the reason why we make these videos is to help people, not just women, even though we are at a Women in Aviation conference. This is for everybody to help them understand where they're going to be in the future and what step they want to take. I will be at the 2025 Women in Aviation Conference in Denver, Colorado, March 27th through 29th. So go ahead and just hit a little button that says subscribe, and it'll help us out, help the channel out, and help us create more content to help you guys learn what to do for your futures. So yeah.